Hello YouTube. What do you do when you wake up rough? To start your day a little bit better and make yourself feel better. First, make sure you drink some water. Have a nice tall glass of water when you first wake up. It starts the metabolism. We're dehydrated from preferably a while without drinking anything because we were sleeping if we're lucky. This will start your body processes and start to wake you up. Have that before you have any kind of coffee. If you're a coffee or tea drinker, drink decaf. The ideal time to have your first cup of caffeinated coffee is actually 3 hours after you have woken up. However, trust me, I know when you're waking up rough, that caffeine can really help. The stimulation and a little bit of pain control. However, you still want to wait an hour. Have 1 to 2 cups of decaf before you move into the caffeinated coffee. Caffeine excretes cortisol, which can make us anxious. And you want to move. Moving may be the last thing you want to do, but as you move about your house to make your cup of coffee, it's one of the reasons why I have single cup makers, because I have to repeatedly get up and go make another cup. Do very light stretches, shoulder rolls, head tilts, put your arms around, down. If you're into yoga, downward dog. This may not be a day for an entire session of yoga, but you can disperse those movements throughout your morning and lightly stretch as you go, where it doesn't include any pain. Do not ask your mind to do anything right now. Just try to function. No TV, no cell phones, none of that. If you need a little boost to keep, because our mind wants to process words, and our mind uses like 70% of our energy. And so if you even have podcasts or things that are calming, you're still thinking, and that's exhausting for the first hour. So music without words, that'll help keep you aware that you're awake. Also, light. You want natural light coming in as early as possible, especially on those days you feel rough. Open up your windows. Go stand and look. If you can get outside and the weather's conducive, go stand outside. A little bit of exercise is really well for days like this, but it may be too much to ask on days like this. If possible, move about your house, do a few early chores, do the dishes, pick things up, put small things back where they go. Moving your body circulates the blood and loosens the muscles and gets oxygen and blood to your muscles, which will help with pain and discomfort from sleep. And the natural light registers in our mind with our circadian rhythm and helps wake up our mind. Then you move on to the caffeine. Yes. If you are a coffee drinker, once you have got up and you have moved about, you have lightly stretched, you have a couple of cups of water and then a warm liquid to help your system flow, then you can move on to caffeine. Slow and steady, just a little bit. And pace yourself with this. If you're still not awake and you're able, go take a walk around your yard. If that's all you do, just do a few paces. If you're able, take a longer walk. If you're not able, pick up a chore and do it. One that's a little more vigorous, mopping the floor, sweeping, haul your laundry downstairs and get it started. Up and down, move. Ask your body to move before you ask your mind to move. Morning writing and morning reading starts to get your mind going. This can make you feel more alive and more awake. Wash your face. The water, there's something called a dive reflex. If you get cold water right here around the eyes, it slows our heart rate and relaxes us. So washing your face in the morning with some cooler water and putting pressure right around here and right around here, it touches the base of our brain and has a calming effect. So do a little skincare now that you've been moving for a while. So you're stretched, you're caffeinated, you've had natural light, you've moved your body. You haven't asked your mind for much. You've maybe done a little reading, a little writing. You didn't force cortisol out of your body, and you've accessed the dive reflex with a little cold, fresh water to the face. You're feeling cleaner and lighter, and preferably by now a little less sore. If you're able and you're into it, do yoga in the morning. It really does cumulatively help pain, especially in the back and the neck. If you're not able to do that, then you can start turning on the positive brain waves, turn on inspirational podcasts, TED Talks, things that you are interested in hearing about or learning about that will distract you from your own discomfort, hopefully long enough for your body to wake up and get into a project, get into one of your pet projects, one of your joys, something that you enjoy doing while this plays in the background. If your thing is writing, start writing. If you're interested in painting and that's what you do for joy, paint. If you do a YouTube, start editing. Especially on the rough mornings, once you've given yourself this time, an hour prior to, that little bit of longer distraction time gives you time to wake up and focuses your mind on something else. Like when you are in pain and you stub your toe, you suddenly forget the pain. So you focus on your joy. It's really easy to focus on your joy now that you're slightly awake. You've got a little caffeine and some sunlight and some movement into you. Focus on your joy project. And hopefully by now you're feeling a little bit better. Some people choose to meditate in the morning. Some people choose other grounding exercises. At some point I'll go through a few of them. They're really good. But again, wait for your coffee. Drink water first. Coffee about an hour after you've woken up, with caffeine anyway. A warm beverage is good for your tummy. Stretch as you move about your house. Move about your house. you can pick up while you're in zombie mode. And then your house is magically clean by the time you feel okay. Natural light right away. Signal to your brain that it's time to wake up. That's why we wake up so early if we're camping. Sunshine, bing! We can't help it. So natural light, movement, light stretching, no verbiage, no other people's thoughts, blaring news, music that you're gonna unconsciously think on. Don't tax your brain for an hour. Just move your body. Provide your body comfort. Eventually move on to caffeine and providing your brain stimulation of your own. Reading, writing. Then you can move on to a joy project or more exercise, outdoor exercise. But on those mornings that I'm feeling particularly rough, these are the things that I employ to help. Oh, and cleanse your face, especially with cool water. And put pressure around the eyes and right at the base of the neck where your neck meets your hairline, because it contacts the basal ganglia, I think. Might have been something else, but I think it was a basal ganglia. Don't quote me on that. But it relieves stress. Don't do things other people expect you to do. Don't try and force yourself. Let it happen slowly. And I need to do my dishes. That was a chore I chose not to do on my sore morning. Have a good day, you too. I love my coffee. I'd say I was a little addicted.